Good evening, gang. Let's see if y'all can see me. If we somebody get a 5x5, if you can hear me, let me know. So let's see if we got anything. See me, hear me, do whatever. I got to do this a little different. So, Jacob, 5x5. So y'all can hear me. That's the big key. All right. Wilderness Woman says 5x5. Good. All right. So obviously, you have me sitting in my throne here under the moose. All right, so it's a little different here because of being a new channel, and God, I'm dumbfounded that we were able to do it. They won't let me do remote, so I have to do this off of my laptop. So fortunately, I can use the mic. That was what I was worried about here. But I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad you guys can see me. Okay, so first off, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of Mrs. P's heart, thank you all for all your support, for everything that you guys did. I mean, if there's anything that proved that we all are a huge family, today proved it. Okay. It was somewhere around 9 or 10 o'clock this morning that I created this channel. And as of, let's see, as of right now, we have, I don't know, let's see, 2,323 subscribers on the channel, which completely blows me away that many of you guys were able to find us. Okay. Because obviously I did not have a community board. I had nowhere to say, okay, this is what I'm doing other than Rumble. And so, of course, this is what I talk about all the time about community. All right. And I posted this in the description of the video here. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate everybody who said, here's Pinball's backup channel. Here is going live tonight, whatever. I mean, there are, how many of you guys in here? I can't even, 233 people in here right now on a channel that literally started 10 hours ago. Okay. But, and forgive me if I leave anybody out, but these are the channels. And like I said, I put the links to every one of these channels in here, and I would absolutely 100% appreciate if you supported every one of these people who supported us and me today. Angry Prepper, both his Angry Prepper and his Angry Truth channel. North Shore Preparedness, who's in here. North, you've been just, I mean, instantly getting stuff out. I mean, hell, you put something up here to say on your community board saying I was going live tonight to get the word out, so in an hour. TJ, if you're in here, thank you so much for, I mean, you put out a video yesterday, video today, letting everybody know. Prepper Now and his Preparedness Now channel, I understand he's out on the road, and he was even putting stuff out saying, this is what happened, that I was in jail. He, Letters to King. Y'all know how I love Constantine. Hell, when we've got our friends in Russia helping us out, that'll tell you something. Lake Ferry, Prepping 101, Rage in the Cage. You guys all putting videos out talking about this, getting me on your news feeds. I mean, Lazarick Homestead got involved in this one. Sutton's Days, okay? Lisa got involved to sit there and say, get out there. Canadian Prepper even got, I mean, there's a few of these channels that I told what was going on. A few of them caught wind through the grapevine and sat there and helped. You have no idea what that means to me. And I mean, somebody had said in one of the comments earlier, can you feel the love? Yes, I can. Okay. And yes, y'all should too, because every single person in this family, the whole 35,000 of us, okay, on the main channel, which we'll go back to next week, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Y'all are family to me. Y'all mean a ton to me. And there's not a single one of you that I wouldn't open my door to, sit down, have dinner with you, and if shit hit the fan, welcome you into my house. Okay? Y'all are preppers. Y'all take care of each other. And you have, I can't put into words what y'all, how much I appreciate every one of y'all. Okay. It's, I'm amazed. Uh, I didn't know if we were going to get to 1,000 to be able to do the live stream today. Hell, 2,200. Come on. I mean, really? And y'all found me. That's a credit to each and every one of you for getting the word out and sharing it. I mean, it's dumbfoundingly amazing, and I cannot say thank you enough. I'm glad we can all get together tonight for a little bit of fellowship, a little bit of conversation, a little bit of bitching. We all do all of that, especially me. But thank you, thank you, thank you. So, as for what's going to happen forward, obviously I am in jail. Okay. And a lot of you have asked. I mean, I spent literally between making videos with all the crap that was going on today and answering the emails and the comments and, people wondering what's going on and where was I, et cetera, and, trying to let everybody know. It was a busy day. Needless to say, no work got done today. So that's okay. There's days where I can just say, the hell with it. This is more important to me. Okay. Because without this country, work means nothing. All right. And, I'm sorry, but y'all are the representatives of this country. And first and foremost, that is the most important to me. God, family, country. Okay. In that order, the end. And, y'all fit into number 2 and number 3. Okay. Sorry. Number 1's place is taken and ain't nobody getting above that one. All right. So that would be it. So where we're going to go forward, I will be keeping this channel up. I will be posting to this channel as well as the main channel. Now, obviously, we're going to go back to the main channel once my sentence is served. For the simple reason is there's 35,000 people there that have that in their feed, their notifications, whatever. And the objective for me, at least, is to get the word out on stuff and try to open people's eyes, that are blind to what's going on in the world. A lot of us, as well, are, have our eyes wide open. We are awakened. We are not woke. We are awakened. And we can see it. It's up to all of us to enlighten the masses of the devil that is trying to creep into our society. And so I will be starting there. Now, going forward, because obviously we don't want to get a second strike and be in jail for 2 months, and that strike doesn't expire till mid-October. Okay. And just so you all understand how YouTube's deal works, you get one strike, you're in jail for a week. It stays on your record for 90 days. You get a second strike in those 90 days, you're in jail for 2 weeks. If you get a third strike in 90 days, they eliminate your channel. All right. So I'm not going to shut up. There ain't no way in the world. But the only thing that the communist overlords here have a tendency to take a look at, have a problem with, is medical misinformation. So if it's something that way, I'm going to either put it here or put it on Rumble, because I will keep that open as well. I mean, it's never closed. That's always been my place to put something that couldn't get approved, which is what dumbfounds me is the videos that got me the strike were manually reviewed and approved, and then 3 days later I got a strike for it. So, as I said in one of them, I think it was 11 or 12 people had reviewed it, approved it, and then a couple of days later they said, oh, no, it's no good. That makes no sense. All right. But so in order to keep me out of trouble, which keeps all of you guys from going, what the hell's going on, and trying to find out, hunting and pecking all over the place, if I have something that is going to be controversial, I will tell you in a video, hey, go over here and go look at it. Now, I know people have suggested to me to open up a Patreon account or to go to Telegram or anything like that, right? And the same reason, a couple of people said, could I live stream on Rumble? And I want to kind of give you guys this. I do not believe at all, 0%, okay, in charging people to watch videos. All right. I also don't believe in me having to pay to watch videos. Hence the reason why I will never go to Patreon, because I don't care what somebody says. Oh, it's only $1 a month. It's 3 cents a day, whatever it is. I'd rather have you spend that dollar on a can of beans and put it in your preps. Okay. That's not worth it to me. Same thing. If I wanted a live stream on Rumble, I have to pay $25 to live stream. I'm sorry, that's a case of beans for me, and I'd rather put that in my preps. There's enough places out there where we can do this where it doesn't cost you guys anything. It doesn't cost me anything. Okay. This is about the information. This has never been about the money. That's why I don't care about the monetizations or anything like that. I mean, the only difference that monetization means in regards to me as a YouTuber is it means I get put higher in the YouTube algorithm, because now YouTube's making money off of me. Okay. Which is fine. So be it. The pittance they give me, wonderful. You know, it takes me and Mrs. P out to dinner a couple of times, and that's about it. So be it. But that's kind of where I want to go with this. Now, and I want to ask y'all this real quick too. Does that all work for you guys? Because this is not only me, this is you guys too. So does that sound like a good plan to you guys? So if it does, please throw a 1 up in the comments real quick and just let me know if that all makes sense. We'll see what you guys get. Maybe the comments are a little slow. I see it works for me. I see a few 1s. All right, cool. So, okay, good. So, I mean, just as long as you guys are fine with, hey, if I come up with a video saying, here's a link to Rumble, you know, go watch this one or whatever, it's some information that you guys need to know. Okay. And again, like I said, I want to make sure that, you know, I'm doing what y'all want me to do. Okay. You know, like I've said a million times, this is about all of us. This is not about me. I'm sorry, I am not a narcissist. So go from there. Okay. But again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of you guys showing up, being here, doing whatever, you know, spreading the word. You know, we got 420 people in here. I mean, that's 320 more than I expected. So I'm dumbfounded that this many people found it. And, you know, because what do we have, 1,300 or something like that on Saturday night. So even then, you know, in 10 hours, we did pretty good. So, all right. I kind of want to get into the meat and potatoes of what we usually do here. So first off, I want to say thanks to my mods for finding me. I mean, North Shore knew what was going on. Sandwich and Jacob, you guys found it on your own. So I'm thrilled that you guys did. IP2, you're in here too. I'm thrilled that you made it too. So rules have not changed. Not here, not there. They're actually going to get stricter. All right. And we know why. This is going to be a no bullshit zone, period. Okay. As it's always been in the live streams, there is no second chance. You make one nasty comment and the mods have carte blanche to kick you out. Okay. They don't need to ask me. They don't need to do anything. I trust them implicitly. Gone. Okay. So if you're a troll in here right now and think you're going to have some fun, your lifespan is about half a second. Okay. Same goes with the comments. Now, it gets and please understand, it gets a little cumbersome. Somebody made a comment the other day about me breaking the internet because on one of the videos there was over 1,000 comments, and y'all know I read every one of them. Okay. I mean, sometimes I will sit here for a couple of hours reading comments. I will ask everybody to do me a favor, and somebody had done it here. If there is a troll that's replying to one of your comments in the comment, shoot me an email. Let me know. I will boot them in a heartbeat. And I think it was Mark H who sent me one, and I went and looked it up because I can pull you guys up by name and see all the comments that you made. Okay, that's the studio part. That's something that I have access to. Any of the creators do, and I can sort out comments by a specific person. Well, of course, then I see everything below, and saw the comment, and it was borderline. But I'm like, nah, you know what? You guys, Mark made the call, said I think he's a troll. I'm like, good, gone. Okay. You guys have that control. I mean, obviously, I've got to be the one to pull the trigger, but if you guys tell me somebody's being a piece of shit in the comments, let me know. There was a guy a couple of days ago on the main channel who I didn't see because I can't go back and read all the responses to the comments because, I mean, then we start talking about, 6, 7, 8,000 comments. And I honestly, guys, I can't do that. Okay. That would take me 24/7 nonstop. And somebody sent me an email and said, hey, so-and-so has been, a troll for the last couple of days in the comments. And I went and looked and was like, oh, here's the guy. And I was like, boom, delete every comment he made, boot him from the channel, end of story. But that's also how I wound up in jail because there was a piece of shit that decided to make a comment the other day in the video. I don't remember which one it was. He goes, I reported you to YouTube. I hope you have fun when your channel gets blocked. Get a life, dude. Get out of mom's basement. Turn off the Pokemon video games, and go get something past the 7th grade education and move on with your life. Okay, there's a lot better things that you can do in your life than sit there and spend your time trolling YouTube channels. Okay, and I'll leave it there. But yes, my mods have carte blanche to boot anybody. So keep it clean. We've always kept this a clean place. I mean, yes, my language will get salty every once in a while, but we try to keep it as respectful as possible. So mods, thank you very much. You are greatly appreciated by not only me, but I believe everybody who else is here in this channel, just keeping this PG-13, which is kind of the goal. So as that is said, we may have some new people here. I don't know. There may be some people who were watching some of the other channels that came over to see what this is all about. It's one of those inevitable things. 101 was talking about it on his live stream last night. Goes, it's amazing. You get a strike and your subscriber count goes up. Why? Because people want to see what the hell happened that you caused some problems with. That's just human nature. Same thing happened here. I looked at the other channel today and there were 100 new subscribers. I'm like, hell, I didn't even put a video out today on there. I can't. But people here, it's like, oh, what's this guy talking about? Maybe I need to go check it out. And so that's what happened. So, if there are any new people here, this is kind of how things work on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Obviously today, and then on Saturday, the live streams will be here. When the other channel is back live, we'll be doing them over there. I may do a surprise one over here sometime. Depends on what I've got going on, what's going on, and time I have. May add one to it, but we keep it. This is a Q&A session. Okay, the objective here is for you guys to have the floor, ask questions about whatever you want. Now, what I ask is if they are questions directed to me, please put them in all caps. That way I know they're directed to me. There are a boatload of brilliant people in here who know tons of things about subjects that I don't. And I will say this over and over. I'm not the canning expert. I'm not the knife expert. I'm not the radio expert. People have questions about those things all the time. There are tons of people that are in the comments there that are canning experts, knife experts, radio experts, God knows what, solar panels, whatever it would be. I learned from you guys too. Please, 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 if you have a question, ask it. If I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know the answer, but watch the comments because there's a bunch of people who will tell you, hey, these are good knives, or this is what you want to do for, canning something. Hell, I've told you guys a million times. I mean, I wound up bouncing ideas, off of other people. It's like, how long do I can this for? What should I do for this solar panel? Countless. Okay. That's the whole point of this channel, this, I'd say channel, but now channels. Okay. The whole pinball family is to share information to make us all better preppers, to make us all better prepared. So, questions for me in all caps. Any conversations you guys want to have, feel free. I mean, I'm all for it in the chat. If you keep that in lowercase, that makes my life a little easier because I catch these comments all the time. Somebody says something in all caps. I'm like, okay, it makes no sense to me. And I'll just kind of move on. So, mods, if there's any channels that you want to promote that have good information, we're talking about something, and you say, oh, then let's say I'm talking about solar, and you're like, oh, this guy's genius on solar or something like that. Put his links in, share the information. I'm all for sharing information. Okay. There's only one channel on YouTube that I will not have anything to do with. No, I take it back. There's two. And if I see any comments about those, I will block those in a heartbeat. Okay. And I bet a lot of you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. But that's kind of how we do things around here. So without any further ado, now that I've gone on for 20 minutes, kind of telling you what's going on, let's kind of get into what's going on. Let's see if I can get to the top and see what we got in questions. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, I know 101 goes on at 9 o'clock. If I'm not mistaken, Angry Prepper goes on at 9 o'clock. But I will definitely stick around a little bit longer because I think y'all have earned that after what you guys did for me today. So we will go as long until we run out of questions or 10 o'clock happens, whichever one is first, because that's bedtime. So, all right. I'm going to go to the top and I'm just going to read questions down. If I say this all the time, please put your questions in caps. If you don't hear an answer from me in 10 minutes or so, feel free to put it in again. I will try. I just read them all in order as I get. Okay. Every once in a while, the thing bounces down to the bottom, and then some disappear. So, if you haven't heard an answer, put the question in again. If I see it a second time, I'm just going to ignore it. Okay. So it's not a big deal. I'm not an idiot most of the time. So, all right. So first one up here, Treasures in Kentucky. Pinball, do you still earn money while you're in jail? I'll run your videos 24/7 if you do. Yes, actually, I do. So, we make somewhere, to give you an idea, it's probably somewhere what I get off of video, somewhere between a quarter of a penny and a half a penny per view if somebody watches the entire video. So, if anybody's telling you, oh, gee, YouTubers get rich doing this, no, we don't. Okay. I do this because A, I have a lot of fun doing it. B, it gives me a chance to vent a little bit, when I'm seeing some of these news stories. And C, I love to help other people. I mean, like I said, I've been a recruiter for 20 years or damn near 20 years. Okay. What my entire job is helping other people find work. This is what I like to do. I love to help other people. And I think I've helped some people in here. I mean, maybe some people find me entertainment, but that's kind of the goal. Okay. Sure, like I said, the money's nice. It'll take me and Mrs. P out to dinner every once in a while, a couple of times a month or whatever it is, maybe buy something. But if you think we're getting, YouTubers are not getting rich off of this. Okay. It's contrary to popular opinion. Mark H, just keep doing your thing. That's why we're here. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'm going to keep speaking my mind. There's no question there. It gets me in trouble in real life, just like it gets me in trouble in virtual life. But it is who I am. It has been for 54 years, and I'm not changing who I am. So, okay, let's see. Roots, Rocks, and Feathers, you're a cool dude. If we balkanize, you better be in the same state with me. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you're in Georgia and I'm in Tennessee. So they better rearrange the map a little bit. But yeah, we'd be definitely in the same country. That's for sure. Lorna, I'm super happy our family is all together. You and me both. And like I said at the top, I adore every one of you guys. I love the conversations we have, the emails you guys. I mean, when I get pictures from y'all saying, somebody sent me pictures yesterday of the garlic they harvested. I mean, I love to see that stuff. It's like cool. You're doing the things to quote Keith Brooks. And I mean, I love to see that. It's like questions. I mean, and again, y'all ask me questions just like I ask other people questions. It's like, okay, you know, how do I do this? I wish I had all the answers, but until somebody, anoints me the second coming or I can walk across the lake, it's not happening. So I'm going to keep asking questions too. Francine Relder, we'll always find you. Writer, I'm sorry, we'll always find you. Great. So I have my own stalkers now. Coral Tigger, an amazing community. Yes. I mean, that, like I mentioned at the top, all the other channels who, came with the saws and the cake and the pickaxe and, all right, get me out of jail. What do we do? I was like, and sharing that. I mean, I damn straight I do the same thing for every one of them. But for the fact that they all got out and said, no problem, here we go, let's get this straightened out. This isn't competition, okay? I'm not in competition with Angry Prepper or TJ or Prepper Now or anything like that. We all work together. We're a team. We're a community. The ones that want to be competitive are the ones that are not part of the community, because again, nobody has all the answers. And anybody that ever tells you they do, get out fast, because they're there for who knows what reason at this point. Jacob, okay, Jacob says he heard from North Shore's video. There you go. I mean, and again, Jacob, who's a mod here, who's been a mod since the beginning, finds out where I am through North Shore. I mean, that tells you about team, and I mean, Sean is one of the best channels on YouTube, for sharing the love and everything like that. I mean, if there's a more selfless prepper out there, I'd love to meet the person, because Sean is about as selfless as they come. And if y'all ain't following Sean and not watching his live streams after mine on Saturday, you are missing some fun. So, okay. Let's see what we got here. Anyway. Patriot Sandwich Maker, I read it on AP's community post this morning, saw a Mad Shad video with the backup channels to spread the word via video as well. See? Okay. And I mean, there you go. So I didn't talk to Shad. I didn't talk to Sandwich, but, AP got the Shad, got the Sandwich. I mean, this is community. I mean, that, y'all know what we all did. I mean, with Chad earlier this year, with Keto Homestead, with Jess, God, no, why can't I remember her name? The other, I mean, the community, it's like somebody's in trouble and we all come to help. Okay. And whether it's financial or in this situation or whatever it is, that's what community does. Okay. That preppers are like that. We are a community, and I'm blessed, and y'all are blessed because of each and every one of, your fellow family members. Let's see. Coral Tigger says, I found it through Papa Prepper's Discord. Okay. I'm not even on Discord. I'm not on anything but YouTube and Rumble, not Facebook, not Twitter, not nothing. So Papa Prepper, who I do know, has a Discord channel, which I've never seen, and obviously somehow got out there. So, I mean, that tells you. Lorna, that was me. You did break the internet. Okay, talking about the 1,000 subs. Okay, that would be it. Let's see. HJS video. Do you know how Cooper round? I'm assuming it means copper rounds are priced. It looks like copper is about 27 cents an ounce, but a 1 ounce round sells for about $1.59 to $1.99, and is bought back for 80 cents. Okay, because that's the premium. All right. Remember, the coin dealers, the coin shop, everybody's got to get a cut. So, if you're talking 27 cents an ounce, and then the wholesaler wants some money to buy it, the retailer wants some money to buy it, so then it gets to you. So those are all the premiums in it. So then when you're going to sell it back, it's just like buying a car. Okay. You go buy a brand new car for $40,000. You drive it out the lot, right back in the lot, and say, I want to sell the car. And the guy goes, I'll give you 35 for it. Okay. Because the rest of it's the commissions, as they're called premiums, but basically they're commissions. So that's what all of that is. Again, copper, silver, gold, anything like that. Sure, you're going to pay more than spot because you are paying for the premiums. I mean, anywhere lately, we've been paying $30 to $35 an hour, $30 to $35 an ounce for silver, depending on what you're buying, not counting Maple Leafs or, uh, Silver Eagles or anything like that. But for generic rounds, and spot prices run in the last couple of months somewhere between 25 and 25.50 and about 28.50 an ounce. Okay, and, if you're going to buy it, you're going to take an immediate loss. Well, yeah, that's anything because you're paying that commission. The idea is you're holding it long term. Same with copper, same with gold, same with silver. I have, what did I buy? About 100 ounces of copper. And I mean, it's a couple $100. I mean, for a couple 100 ounces or for 100 ounces of copper. I bought that a while back. That's about all the copper I want. Copper is not a big thing I want to hold. Silver is a big thing I want to hold. I don't own any gold. You guys know my theories on gold. Okay, I think that silver is going to be much better. But yeah, that's the reason for the prices being different. Everybody's taking a cut until it gets to you. You're the end buyer, and you have everybody else taking their, putting their commission on top. David Creason, thanks to TJ Preps, I found this channel. Yep. TJ, another excellent channel. Pay attention to what she's got. She comes up with some great information to find it, for everybody. M. Hammer, basement air is bad to breathe. Proven fact. Yeah, because it's not circulated, and chances are there's no light in it. So there's no question about that. Ace Maduro, was it Potato Head? LOL. I, again, don't know what the reference on that is. Trucker Jim, I'm here to get advice and learn new things, as am I. Okay. I bring up topics, and you guys, give me answers all the time in the comment sections and emails. I mean, y'all know that, I'm an absolute novice when it comes to solar batteries and everything. And I got the EcoFlow Delta here, and I did the review on it the other day. I like the thing. A lot of people came back and said, oh, the Blue Eddy's a better deal. Sure. Okay. I can't afford $2,000 on it. I can afford $850. It does what I need to do. But then I had people saying, oh, this is the kind of solar panels you need. Because, those are questions that I have. And, that is greatly appreciated. I love when you guys give me ideas because it helps me become a better prepper. I mean, I'm, if you put it on like school, A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D, F, however you want to put it. Okay. I'm probably about a B in my prepping. I've still got more to go. There's tons of people that are A preppers, and there's tons of people that are C's and D's, and so we all learn from each other. The objective is for all of us to get to be A preppers, but like I've said many times, prepping is a journey. It's not a destination. Even the A preppers, there's still holes in their preps. Rooster, a little too much SpongeBob for the troll. Okay, not knowing the comment there. Let's see. Somebody talking about Papa Preppers Discord again. Prepping 101. I finally broke 30,000 because of that. Yeah, same thing. It's like I said, all of a sudden we get a strike and everybody wants to know what the hell's going on. And I know you were sitting at 29 and change for, God, what, 3 weeks or something like that? Five Virgins prepper. I'm new but old. Okay. I was saying with a Five Virgins prepper, okay, that would be the new part. I'm not going to try to read into it. Let's see. Scrolling through. Prepping 101. Garden expert. not an expert. I'm not a master gardener by any means. I am a very knowledgeable gardener, but I am not a master gardener. I still have things that suck. I mean, like I told you, my brassicas sucked this year. I mean, no cauliflower, very little broccoli, no Brussels sprouts. Did terrible. Last year I had no peppers. This year I got great peppers. So, you know, uh, it's a it's a learning experience. I have a tendency to know more than the average backyard gardener, but I don't know as much as the master gardener, as the farmer, or anything like that. So I still watch a lot of gardening channels, to learn something, to see, hey, what am I doing wrong? Again, I've told you many times, I'm learning, a new climate. It's a big difference between, in the last 10 years, I've grown in Boston, I've grown in Salt Lake City, I've grown in Las Vegas, and now I'm growing in Tennessee. You tell me if any of those climates are remotely similar. They're not, and so I learned. Jenny Christensen, thank you. Thumbs up, everyone. Pinball needs your support. Yeah, well, yes, I do, and yes, y'all do too. That's the thing. Because without y'all, I can't be here, and if I'm not here, then I don't know what the hell y'all are doing on a Tuesday night at 8:00, because I couldn't tell you what's on TV, or if there's anybody live streaming. So, again, community, all the thumbs up aren't only for me. The thumbs up are for all of you guys too. So, let's see. Look, if you guys are talking, to me, all caps, please. M. Hammer, radio amateur since 1989. Not a perfect expert though. Okay, but again, there's a skill that you have that you can share information with all of us about. That, I mean, like I said, radios, I'm here. I mean, I know how to use the CB. Ham, nothing. Okay, never done ham radio whatsoever in my life. 2 ways, CBs, no problems. But if you get in there, I mean, what is it? Radioactive Prepper does stuff on radio all the time. Great channel to watch, because you can learn a lot about it. So, that's his expertise. That's what he talks about. That's who I want to learn from. I don't want to learn from the guys like, well, let me go look that up on the internet and see what I can. I can do that. That's not difficult. But guy who's actually does this, that's who I want to watch. I want to listen to. Okay. Diane S., who in their right mind would not want people to have to show IDs when voting? Let's see. I think the word starts with D and ends in T. DEMOCR, something like that. Yeah. Pick one. Okay. Because, hey, we need, illegals to vote. If they have to show ID, that means they can only vote once. What, dead people don't have IDs? How the hell is another Democrat going to get elected in Chicago unless they can comb the cemeteries? It's just, yeah. But you answer your question with the first 5 words. Who in their right mind? Nobody. Okay. So if you're in your wrong mind, then you have your answer. Whoops. Just shot to the top. Hang on. I hate when it does that. So now I got to find where I was again, if I can. Okay. Robert Bates, I saw the posting from Letters to King. Okay, there you go. So it took somebody in the States to find somebody in Russia posting about something in the States. I love it. Prepping 101. At this rate, pinball needs to open an arcade. Yes, no kidding. It's like, I'm going to wear this shirt on purpose today. Where's Waldo? So that was it. Outcast Annie tinfoil. So you thought you could hide from Outcast Annie? No, I'm not trying to hide from anybody. Let's see. What's next? Yeah, I love all the comments you guys. Found it from Papa Prepper. I found it from Lake Ferry. I found it from 101. I mean, TJ. I love the fact that, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about community, and that's why, like I said, I put all those channel links in the description. Please, any of them that you're not subscribed to, please go show them the love. And, just as a thank you, check out, if you've never heard of the channel, never seen it, check out what they talk about. Those are every single one of them has great channels and from a very diverse background of things to talk about. So, because again, as we've all talked about on here many times, there's a big difference between prepping in the city, prepping in the country, prepping in an apartment, prepping in a house, prepping with the family, prepping when you're 20, prepping when you're 60. I mean, there's a million and one different deals. I mean, I can't tell you about prepping with kids. I don't have any kids at home. Okay. But, TJ can tell you about prepping with kids. Prepper Now can tell you about prepping with kids. Lazarick can tell you about prepping with kids. They know better than I do. I mean, I can, again, go back 15 years, 20 years when my daughter was a kid and say, okay, what did I have to do? But what's going on in today's day is not the same as what's going on 15 years ago. I can't tell you how to prep for COVID with kids because I never went through it. So that's why you want to watch a lot of these channels and find ones that have different ideas, because believe it or not, you can get, if you live in an apartment, you can still get good ideas from channels that are out in the country and vice versa. Okay. Because again, nobody's cornered the market on good ideas. And, everybody thinks of things a little bit differently, like, holy crap, that's a great idea. How can I make that fit my situation? And that's what you're trying to figure out. Joe DeFazio, a network of people will always be stronger than any government or tyrant ever. Exactly. And the network that we've all built gets stronger and stronger every day as more and more people open their eyes. Okay. I mean, Mrs. P and I when I was pulling all the links up and everything like that, I was like, holy crap, Jason, Angry Prepper, it's got nearly 100,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Talk about, there's a community. Okay. Now, we all know, just like here, there's some people that subscribe and I don't watch it anymore, whatever it would be. That's fine. But let's say most of them still do. There's still a group of people that pay attention, and that's good to know. And, you have active people and you have, less active people. But in an SHTF event, all of a sudden, everybody becomes an active person. You're not going to have I might do this. I'll kind of do it, when the balloon's gone up. So, at that point, at least they know, hey, this is somebody that I can, take some information from, follow along with. Let's see. Brenda M. I live in West Virginia in Yard. I live in West Virginia in Yard. All the bark falling off the trees. All the bark. Okay. Yeah, Brenda, I think your comment got cut off or mixed up or something like that. So if you want to post it again, because I can't understand what you're saying. Freedom Promise. Who is Sean? Sounds like I'm missing a great prepper. Sean is North Shore Preparedness. So sorry, I know a lot of these people by name. So that's, if they offer their given name, a lot of times we'll refer to them that way. But my apologies. Yes, Sean is North Shore Preparedness. Teresa went grocery shopping today. Meat has gone up a lot since 3 weeks ago. Yeah, there is rumors out there, and I'll just leave it that we are going to see another spike in meat prices come the end of summer. And I'm also hearing that we are going to see a huge spike in oil prices come this fall. So, and I know people are going to start throwing us at me about the Get Gas video the other day. Okay. And so, well, it didn't affect me or whatever. No, it's not. Okay. It's not going to. there is going to be no shortage, fuel shortage or anything like that. That's going to be like the entire United States is, out of gas or whatever it is. It's going to be regional. The catch is when we have advance notice of it, we don't know what region. So the point is you get the information out to everybody, everybody gets prepared, and then if it doesn't happen to you, like I said in the video, great, you got a tank of gas, big deal, you're going to use it anyway, okay? But if you got that tank of gas and holy shit, it did happen in your region, it's like, whew, thank the Lord. So, I just look at, for what I'm hearing, the rumors that are going out there about petroleum prices come fall. If you heat your house on heating oil, if you heat your house on propane, okay, or use propane, I don't heat my house on propane, get filled now. First off, common sense says this, all right, oil and propane is always cheaper in the summer than it is in the winter, okay? Second off, if you wait till September, October, then you're just waiting in line because everybody and their mother's trying to buy their heating oil or their propane. So, we can be out to your house in 3 weeks, where now if you call them up, maybe it's like be out to your house in 3 days. So, if it's in the budget, get it now. You're going to have to pay for it either way, okay? But might as well get it when it's cheaper and more available now than when it's more expensive and harder to get later. Let's see. A-Rod, where did you get the silver coins you sent North Shore site? Okay, so I've done a couple. Well, yeah, I guess you can go look at them. I did a video probably a month and a half ago on how to buy silver as a prepper. And there's a website that I use. It's called comparesilverprices.com. And that will give you a list of all the major bullion dealers. Okay, so SD Bullion and AppMex and Silver.com and, the rest of them. And then you can compare on one page who has the best price for each one of them. Now, and I'll just pull off the top of my, you can go look and, buffalo rounds, okay, the Indian head on one side and the buffalo on the other side. Okay. You can look and 2 different dealers will have it for 2 different prices. So the reason I like to use that site is I can find out where I can get it less expensive. Why am I going to pay $31.50 for something when I can get it for $31 somewhere else? Okay. That's just common sense. But I don't know which one of the dealers that I bought those from, but that's where I buy everything that I get, except and it's closed now. There was a coin shop here in Hall's Crossroads, which is 45 minutes from me, that I had purchased some coins from, and he's now shut down the coin shop. My guess is probably it was hard to get silver. But yeah, go to comparesilverprices.com, take a look on there, and that's where I found the rounds. You can find whatever you want there. You can find the generic rounds, which is what I advocate for. If you want to buy old coins or old silver dollars, Morgans or Walking Liberties or stuff like that, you can find them there as well. But that's where I found them. Michelle Rucker, would you pay off a car or buy gold if you had some extra cash? I'd pay off the car in a heartbeat. Okay. Get out of debt. I don't care what debt you got. If it's, most important, if you can get out from under your house note, get out from under your house note. Okay. You do not want to have anything that can be taken from you. I mean, food, shelter, water, most important things. Okay. Car, secondary, but if you have any extra money, pay off the house, pay off the house, pay off the house. Mrs. P and I are actually probably going to pay off our house by the end of this month. Okay. That's kind of how the budget works. When paycheck rolls in this Friday, we think we can do it. All right. And obviously it's, been tight, to try to do it, but, we've had some good fortune in some things that happened, like I told you guys about selling a house in Vegas and selling a condo and making profit on that. But That has been our goal since we got here, was to pay off the house as fast as we could. And, again, it means we have one vehicle between the two of us. The truck's 11 years old. There's no payment on it. We don't have any debt. We don't take on any debt. The only debt we have is the house. And we wanted it completely out of debt, because when the balloon goes up and the banks all of a sudden, again, think of Great Depression. The banks are like calling in notes. We need you to pay off your car. Nope, can't do it. We need you to pay off your house. Nope, can't do it. Take the car, take the house, take everything. You're sitting there with, a suitcase standing on the side of the road going, we'll work for food. At least we know that I've got a roof over my head. If there's no electricity, no gas, no whatever, that's, other things we got to do. But, absolutely, I've said it many times, you want to have your debt basically under control before buying any sort of precious metals. Yes, we bought some precious metals and we could have put the money toward the house. Sure. Okay. But we were close enough. We knew exactly where our budget was. And we are right on target to do exactly what we did. So that would be where I'd say definitely pay off the car. Roots, Rocks, and Feathers. My Walmart had all cold stuff taped off. Meat, dairy, everything. One manager was asking another, are we safe now? And I'm going to agree with your last part. What the hell? Okay. Safe from what? Was it this a store issue? Why would they have the entire refrigerated section taped off? So I'd love to know what else you're finding on that. Night Wolf. My last silver buy, I spent $1,030 for 30 ounces from JM Bullion. If I do the math, it's about $32 an ounce or something like that. Yeah. I haven't looked. With everything going on today, I didn't even look at the price of silver. So where'd silver close today? 26.05. So it really hasn't moved 8 cents down today. But yeah, so that's it. Like I said, I'm still saying buy silver here, because when it's $50 an ounce and you're going, holy crap, why didn't I buy when it was 25, 26? You're gonna kick yourself. Fear of missing out. But everybody now is like, oh, I don't want to buy at 26 because it might be 25 next. Okay, penny wise and pound foolish. Okay, thank you, Benjamin Franklin. Wendy Blank. Analog TV frequencies go off the air today, so people will be forced into digital reception if we ever need TV for emergency programming alerts. I haven't heard that at all. So basically, you're saying that anybody who's got rabbit ear antennas as of tomorrow has no more TV? I know there's digital rabbit ears and stuff that you can get, but USA Prepper 76. Your new channel doesn't show up on searches, just through TJ's direct link. Correct. It takes YouTube 24 to 48 hours to get me into the search, considering the channel didn't go up till about 12 hours ago. I probably won't pull up and search for the next couple of days. I'd say maybe Thursday I'll finally pull up and search. So the fact that there's nearly 500 of you guys here that found out through all of us sharing links is amazing. But yeah, that's the thing. We shouldn't have any. It's probably been a pretty slow night for the mods, because the trolls can't find us. Wish we could keep it that way. But let's see. Wood knots. I have 55-gallon barrels full of copper pipe cutoffs. It pays to be a plumber. Yeah, sure it does. Even if copper's running $4 and some change a pound right now, hey, it's free money. As long as you're not stealing the copper. Still amazed me. Was it 10, 12 years ago, the 2008, 2009 recession, when, new home construction. They had to post guards on some of these things because people were coming in ripping out the copper pipes. It's like, really, you're doing all that for $4 or $5 a pound. Cool. We got 50 pounds worth of copper that you're hauling around the back of your truck. Congratulations, worth $200. Big deal. Okay. All that work and all that risk, potential jail time for $200. Shauna Arknani, you're so buried, can't find this channel unless I follow the link on phone. It's because we're not pulling up in search yet. Okay. And again, because the channel's got 2,200 or whatever subscribers, it's not hitting YouTube's algorithms or whatever to, bring it to the top. There's something going on. Now, with all you guys here tonight, there will be some eyeballs going, gee, why is this brand new channel all of a sudden have 500 people show up for a live stream? It'll probably bring it up, but in the next day or two, it'll pull up. So, if y'all would do me a favor and just, add the notifications. Like I said, I'll be here on this one at least through next Monday. I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, okay, till I go back to the regular channel. But I'm not going to abandon this one either. There will be content that's going to be put here too. Don't worry. I'll just kind of probably split it off a little bit. Instead of, there's days that I do 2 or 3 videos, I may put 2 over there and 1 over here, or I may use this one as this is the more controversial side that, I'll figure it out yet. Right now, it's just the backup. Okay, let's see. Billy Pollard, your thoughts on deep cycle RV batteries and a power inverter for emergency power backup? Cost effectively, yeah, a lot better than the lithium ion ones. The lithium ones are $1,000 a pop. If you got the space and can do whatever you need on the deep cycle RV batteries, again, you're talking about lead acid batteries. They're going to require a little more maintenance, but they're a hell of a lot cheaper. Certainly a way to go. But yeah, just make sure you've got an inverter and you can go from there. You're going to need a lot more of the batteries, but if you're trying to run, let's just say like with the battery bank that I got the other day to run a refrigerator. Okay, if you're just trying to run a refrigerator off it, maybe it's a couple of batteries that gets you through 8 hours. As long as you got a way to charge it, hey, more power to you. So, personal belief, any way you can get power is better than no way that you can get power. Purring lady, if someone thinks they know everything, it only shows their ignorance. Ain't that the truth? Catherine Mesa, I'm sorry I'm late. I found out I have vestibular neuritis. Oof. Well, prayers to you, my dear. Just, take it easy. Do not overexert yourself, and don't do anything that's going to be dangerous. When you're having any sort of episodes. So, Vicky Savage, Lead Farmer 73 has some really good videos demonstrating solar equipment and gardening. Yes, Lead Farmer is another great channel, especially when it comes to solar. He's done a whole bunch of reviews on different things, and on a budget too. He's done reviews on. I think I remember watching one time on Harbor Freight solar panels. On how good they were, how bad, whatever it was. And actually, they were pretty good. So, yeah, Lead Farmer 73 is definitely a good one to talk to. Donald Jones, riots in South Africa causing oil production to shut down. Have I heard that? Well, I know about the riots in South Africa. I talked about that in one of today's videos. Haven't heard anything about oil production shutting down, which that's not a good thing. South Africa is in a world of shit right now. And it's sad to see, but, South Africa went through, after the whole apartheid thing, then everything calmed down, then you had all the stuff with Nelson Mandela, and now you've got just a complete race war going on in South Africa. I feel sorry that it's such a beautiful country that is just having so much turmoil. It's just sad to see. Robert Winslow, hey Pinball, I was out getting preps a little late and finally found you. Well, out getting preps is more important. Okay, I am the least important thing. Well, maybe I'm more important than watching reruns of Friends, but uh, yeah, but yeah, no. If it comes to gee, I was out picking blackberries with my wife. That's more important than sitting down here. So, Bonnie Bethel, I got my new generator today. So happy. There you congratulations. Glad you are getting your power situation taken care of. Rooster, hey, I think you made an outstanding comment when you said we must be over the target. That's exactly what I think's going on. Okay. When 101 got dinged, when Autumn's Backyard Garden got dinged, when I got dinged, when the Prepared Mind got dinged, and inevitably there's other ones. All of a sudden, there's a concerted effort going. Oh my God, these guys are getting close. Shut them down real quick because we don't want them, telling the truth out there. That's certainly what's going on. So, you know, we'll just keep going the way we're going because, you know, part of it's us as the content creators. Most of it's you guys, and many of you guys, you're sharing the videos, the information that we're putting out to, your Facebook, your Twitter, your God knows what other social medias. Somebody asked me about what was it, ar15.com or whatever. I mean, all the groups that y'all belong to. I mean, if you can enlighten one person in a year, that's one person more that maybe is not in a cemetery in 24 months. So, that's what we're trying to do. We all of us, you guys, me, the other content creators, whatever, we are trying to save this country and our respective countries from, the communist threat. And, if it doesn't feel like it to all those of you who are my age or older, it sure as hell feels like we're back in a Cold War again. I don't know if y'all feel that way, but I sure as hell do. The only problem is now instead of an ocean being in between me and the threat, now it's a state that's in between me and the threat. So that state would be Virginia, because on the other side of Virginia from me is, 535 morons. Mama Preps 4. I have excellent tomatoes this year. I've talked to a lot of people. This year seems to be a good tomato year. Mrs. P and I had one of her red crim tomato or black crim tomatoes, the Russian tomatoes. I mean, this thing was this big when we pulled it out, and I mean, she sliced. Oh my God, was it good? Okay, which brings me up to something. I will ask y'all this: if y'all have something that's interesting, okay, and a few of you guys, y'all know that I'm growing the cherry tomatoes that are the 10-foot tall tomatoes that one of y'all sent me. She also sent me some gem squash seeds, which are South African type squash. If y'all have some sort of interesting vegetable that you plant, okay, I mean that's green beans. I went to Walmart and got green beans, whatever it is. But like we have the black crim seeds, Russian tomatoes. If y'all got something interesting, save those seeds, because what I'm going to try to do a little bit later as we get down into harvest season. Obviously, I'm going to do a video on seed saving for everybody, and Mrs. P and I are already starting to save some of the vegetables that are ready to do, but I don't want to do just one. I'll do a whole video. But if you have something that's a little different, I wanted to put together something where we all did like a seed swap, so you could grow something that was different. Maybe something that you didn't know. I mean, everybody knows peas and green beans and stuff, but different tomatoes or different types of squash or something like that. So we can everybody can experience something that's a little different than what we normally do. Just an idea I had. If you guys all think it's silly, we won't do it. But I just thought it'd be fun. Coral Taker, I got peppers coming out my ears and tomatoes, none ready to pick. Beans died. I don't know where you are. I remember I had a hell of a time trying to grow beans in uh, Nevada, though. I mean, I went out and picked 7 pounds of beans out of 12 plants Sunday, something like that. And I mean, I'd go out there and probably pick another 3 or 4 pounds right now. So, but the peppers, uh, yeah, I've got to guess if you've got peppers coming out like crazy and tomatoes, but and none of your tomatoes, I've got to guess you are probably in the Southwest somewhere. That you've got a warmer, drier climate. That would just make sense. I could be completely wrong, but peppers like a warmer, drier climate. Tomatoes still need the heat, and your beans are dead. My guess is they got just fried. Linda Cook, has anyone heard that the grid was going down on the 17th? I've heard the 17th. I've heard the 19th. It's like it's QAnon crap. I'll believe it when I see it. If it does, fine. My generators are ready. I'm good. Okay. But I'm not planning my life around it by any means. Brian Donahue, boneless pork loins are larger than I've ever seen. Pork shoulders, aka Boston butts, same size. I know. I won't say I disagree, but yeah, the pork loins are pretty good size, and even when I'm getting them at $1.79, $1.99 a pound, I mean, they're still 8, 9 pounds. They're good size. So yeah, but hey, I'd rather buy pork loin than anything else because I don't have all the bones. It's good and tender, and I can slice it up in chops. I can slice it up in cubes. We can use it in, pork and cabbage. I can make pork chops out of it. Mrs. P canned a whole bunch of it. So, yeah, pork loin is still my favorite way to go because I'm not paying for the bones. It's that Bohemian in me. I'm still cheap. Just caught this one. Connie Osborne, do I think they will have lockdowns again? I'm almost certain they're going to have lockdowns again. They're going to come up with some reason. It's like if it isn't the fall that comes around and we have, we're hearing stories right now. It's like, was it 41 states are reporting an increase in infections, so that could be a reason. Fall's going to come around, flu season. Oh, we're going to have an increase or whatever it is. Climate change. We have to have a climate change lockdown, whatever it would be. And damn well with this whole door knocking campaign, which is guaranteed is going to be a failure. Okay. They're going to go, this isn't good enough. We need to lock them all down until we get to 70%. That's probably what's going to come. They'll never get to 70%, and we're going to be in this perpetual lockdown. So it's going to be a big fight between the states and the federal government because the feds are going to say we have to lock everything down, and the states are going to go, no. So support your local governors. But this is exactly what I was talking about today on balkanization. Eventually the red states are going to go, we aren't doing this at all. And Joe's going to be, but I'm president. And everybody's going to go, I don't give a rat's ass. So, that's where it's going to come down. Crypto Night, tell us more on your thoughts on government monitoring personal texts. I noticed you didn't report in this morning. You got extra duty. Okay, the very first, there were actually 5 videos today, Crypto Night. The very first one was on Rumble, and the next 4 were on Rumble and on YouTube. So, yeah, there were videos all day long, about every 2 hours. So, in regards to the government monitoring personal texts, so this came out today. Now, it's not, from last I heard, it's not written in stone yet, but the feds want to partner with Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, whoever would be, to monitor everybody's texts. Now, the issue comes in, there's 335 million people in this country. Let's say 250 million of them have phones, because God knows every kid 6 and above has a phone. All right. And so you have, maybe 1 to 6 doesn't have phones, and then you have maybe the the people that are, you know 80 plus, not texting that much, whatever. Okay, so let's say 250 million people. And if each person sends, oh, I don't know, 5 texts a day, now you're talking 1.25 billion texts a day. They're not going to be able to monitor all those. So how are they going to do it? So obviously it's going to be computerized. So what words are they going to be looking for? And that's the big question. You know, Obviously if they see a word like terrorist, or they see a word like bomb or something, you want them to be all over that, okay? But when they see a text that says jab or fake or Trump or something like that, do you really, are those going to get flagged? So somebody's got to read the texts. So what happens? So we're going to wind up back in, with the chair is against the wall. Oh, that means Bob's going to be home. Bob's going to be over at my house in 10 minutes. I mean, that's where we're going to get to. And that's pretty scary, because when we have to hide from our own government, okay, now it goes back to, again, the Soviet Union. And like I was talking about today, you know, like I said, I was talking about what Mrs. P was saying, things like that. That is communism all over the place. When your activities, you're like, okay, is anybody watching? Okay, can I send this? Oh, maybe I'm gonna. Oh, I have an extra tomato. Maybe I. Do you really want that? I mean, this is what the liberals supposedly voted for. Okay, I mean, well, at least the ones that were running the voting machines. Uh, but that's what it's coming to, where you have no privacy. I mean, the way I look at it, I pay for my phone. Okay, it's not like YouTube. YouTube is free. Okay, so maybe they get a little bit. I pay for my phone. I pay for my phone and I pay for the service. Therefore, I own whatever is going through there. There is AT&T does not own any of that. I own the hardware, I own the software, and I own the information. They have nothing. They're just a facilitator that is taking the cash so I can do that. But yeah, I mean, this is the, I don't want to say first step, but this is the next step toward communism. And that's why I said in my next video, I'm like, the liberals aren't even hiding it anymore. They're just openly embracing communism. And, it's like I'm waiting for some guy to have a little pillbox hat, come out in a military uniform and, just say, hi, my name's Joe. So, oh, wait a minute. We already have a guy named Joe. Damn. Okay. You know, Robert Bates, can we do a state check in here tonight? That'd be probably 400. We probably got about 40, I bet. Denny Duncan, how many acres do I own? 3. Wilderness Woman, I doubt any of us are experts, but we all know pieces and can share info. That's how we can all be great. Yes, exactly. I mean, and I've talked to you. Your husband and his knowledge of solar is what I'd consider expert, versus mine. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to be a PhD in something, but if you know what you're talking about, the rest of us need to listen. Joni Friels, how can I get rid of grasshoppers in my garden so I can plant? I'd say, spray it with 7 would probably be it. I know there's been a lot of questions about all these grasshoppers lately. Spray it with 7 and that'll kill them. I mean, unless you don't want to kill the grasshoppers. But that would be it. 7 is probably the way to go. At least that should chase them away. Let's see what else we got. Whoops! Somebody said my potato plants, and it shot up to the top of me. My potato plants are lanky and falling over. That means it's time to harvest. Okay, so start pulling your potatoes. Okay, if the plants are starting to fall over and all, they're done. Start digging. It's 9:15, so I know Angry Prepper's on. So I apologize to anybody who wants. If you guys all want to boogie and go to 101, go to Angry Prepper or whatever, you're not going to hurt my feelings whatsoever. I said I'd stick around a little bit because I think you guys all earned this one. So, USA Prepper 76 thought on a portable bidet for prepper supplies. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Again, if you're thinking about it, you're going to need some way to clean the Neverland, and eventually you will run out of toilet paper, and you're going to be using leaves or whatever it was. So yeah, bidet is definitely a better way to go. Diane Fritz, Minnesota is in drought, brown grass, very little rain this summer. Yeah, and that. I mean, you're actually east of the Mississippi. Well, you're on the Mississippi, but yeah, I mean, the entire West Coast. We've talked about this many times. It's like, those of us that are still getting rain, we need to be growing food so you guys can buy the food that is available without having to pay $7 a pound for tomatoes. If we're buying it, all we're doing is taking away from you. That's what drives me nuts. Oh, look at who hit. He found. Constantine is in the house. It's got to be 4:00 in the morning there, and he is here. So, brother, welcome. I know you said you're going to make one of these. I just see it here. So, I'm thrilled to see you. I mentioned at the top, thank you for all of your support in getting this backup channel and getting everybody knowing where we are. So, welcome, my friend. Let's see. Blue Rose Ramblings. Hubby works the grid. Testing upgrades this Saturday. Not a shutdown exactly. Okay. That's good news. Billy Pollard. Privacy is and has been a thing of the past, VPN or not. Yeah, I mean, we all know that. I mean, the post office is scanning our letters. I mean, we all know the NSA is, watching. I mean, God forbid anybody's got an Alexa in their house. I mean, we've all seen the stories of, well, gee, you know what? This crime happened in the house, and the only witness was Alexa because she records everything. Okay, this is the thing. As much as we like the conveniences of technology, every convenience of technology means we're giving up a little bit more of our privacy. I mean, your computer is spying on you. Your TV is spying on you. Hell, you take your phone everywhere you go, right? And all your phone is doing is recording your location over and over and over again. So if something ever happens to you, great. It's like, well, this is his normal pattern, so this is probably where he is. But do you really want somebody, knowing where you are at all times? I mean, how many of you all have had a conversation just sitting on the couch and you get on your computer and you open up, I don't know, Yahoo, and there's there's ads right there. It's like, damn, I was just talking about that because your computer's listening to you. The hiccups all of a sudden. My two blue proof. I'm seeing job ads saying only hiring if jabbed. Okay. Interesting, because that is a discriminatory question that they can't ask you in a job interview. Somebody had sent me an email today saying that there was housing, whether it was rental units or buying a house or whatever. It says you're only, if you're not jabbed, do not apply. That's illegal. That's housing discrimination. So, there's going to be a lot of discrimination lawyers. They're going to have a ton of clientele here. Because you can't use that as criteria. Daniel Jones, maybe the code should be forward looker. There you go. Let's see. Jeff Bear, what teenager texts 5 times a day? I'm not a teenager, okay? I text probably 5 times a day, all right? Yeah, what teenager texts less than 500 times a day? Next question. Daniel Jones, this is worse than a Cold War. The threat is now in our backyard. That's what I was saying. I mean, it's not over an ocean now, it's over a state. Uh, Grace Akers, Messenger blocked a message my friend sent to her brother about door knockers and the jab. Yep. And that goes exactly into what we were talking about today about all this trying to block texts and see texts. I mean, that's their point. The whole thing is they want to see who's promoting misinformation, like CDC numbers uh, about the vaccine. So we'll see what happens. Da, 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 da. Cat's Life. Autumn's Backyard Garden has a backup channel pinned in the comments on the last video. It's OS Trish. Can one of the mods put up Autumn's channel and get her so everybody knows what's going on with her as well? Let's see. Whoops. We shot up there again. Sheila says, if you have a GFS, Gordon Food Service, they have huge pork loins for like $23, like 30 pork chops. It's a restaurant food service place, no membership needed. It's Prepper's Dream. Yeah, Gordon's Food Service is a good place to get stuff. I know they are. I'm trying to remember where I've been. I know they're up in like Minnesota. I remember seeing them in Indiana. I don't know that. Don't quote me on this. I wonder if they're just an upper Midwest type thing because I know I haven't seen them down here. Okay. Javon Cochran, oil refinery in South Africa just shut down. Saw it on Southern Prepper. Southern Prepper is another good channel. Get you some good intel. Sometimes he gets a little ahead of himself, but most of the time he's got some really good stuff. Shot up again. Southern Magnolia, we're not allowed to attend the company picnic if we don't have the jab. Time to find a new job. Okay. I mean, this is, I think I've touched on this too. This is where I think this is going to all fall apart. Okay. Last numbers I saw were July 2nd numbers. So it's, a week or so old, that 47.5% of the United States has got the jab. Okay. So less than half. And you're starting to hear all these companies that you have to do this, you have to do that. No, I don't have to do anything. Okay. You don't own me. And I've said this my entire life. I work to live. I do not live to work. Okay. My boss, the owner of whatever company I work at, does not have some sort of magic wand that he's a kingmaker and says, you will do this. No, I won't. Okay. I was looking for a job when I found this one. Okay, that's the point. But companies are eventually going to, have their aha moment when they realize. I mean, look, if you all saw the story about the Burger King, I forget what city it was. They actually put up on the marquee sign says, "Sorry, we all quit." Because they were working 60, 70-hour weeks. There was no air conditioning in there. They were short staffed and everybody said, the hell with it. We're not working anymore. And they all quit. Okay. So now the store's closed. Same thing's going to happen with every other business. If you don't have enough employees, you can't stay in business. And, right now, the job market, there's plenty. I mean, anybody that wants a job can get a job right now. And if you have companies like you're saying here where, gee, you can't go to the company picnic if you don't have the job. Well, what if a bunch of people says, well, if I can't go to the company picnic, I quit. And all of a sudden the company goes, why do we just lose a third of our staff? What are we going to do? I mean, I worked for a company, I kid you not, where in 2 months, every single person in the recruiting department quit. And they were down to 3 people. And I'm like, no, well, we need you to take on more. We need you to take on more. My answer was, no, guess what? I'm gone too. See ya. Sorry. An emergency on your part does not make a crisis on mine. Just because you screwed everything up doesn't mean I got to bail your cojones out of the fire. And that was it. Sorry, not happening. You made your bed. Now you have to lie in it. Don't expect me to fix your mistakes. But But that's what's going to happen. You're going to have companies that are going to all of a sudden lose a bunch of employees, and then they're going to go, "Why can't we stay in business?" And then on the other side, you're going to have companies that retail that are going to say, "We won't let you in unless you had the jab," and they're going to go, "Why are our sales down 50%?" Well, you turned away half your potential clients. Goodbye. Sorry, you're out of business. So, you know, it'll it makes them feel big in the short term. Like, look at us, we're so important. We're going to make sure everybody does this, until the people just say, no, don't care. You know what? The guy down the street's hiring too. He'll pay me the same amount of money and do the same job. And you know what? He's not going to try to be a dictator to me. So see ya. Joni Friels, if it was only that easy. Alexa, change the president, please. I would love that. Damn it. One more time. Shot me down again. Okay, in the same spot again here. Okay, you guys are saying GFS in Kentucky and Ohio. Okay, so at least it's all the Midwest there. Sunshine Me, do you know anything about becoming an American state national versus? I have no idea what an American state national is. I've never heard that. I mean, Mrs. P went from here on a visa to a green card to a U.S. citizen. It took 5 years to do it. But yeah, I've never heard of American state national. Charlie Knoll, our grocery cuts store hours because they can't find people to fill the empty positions. Yeah. Get this one, the hardware store. I mean, y'all know I live in the middle of nowhere. So, there's a town. It's got a Walmart, 2 grocery stores, a hardware store, and basically a bunch of little mom and pop shops and stuff like that, resale shops or whatever. The hardware store is no longer open on Saturdays because they can't find enough people to work on Saturdays. What hardware store do you know of that's not open on Saturday? Jay Dixon, 4 out of 5 math teachers at my middle school left last month, including myself. Yeah, good luck finding credential replacements. Exactly. And in that situation, the downside is who suffers? The kids. Okay. But I don't blame you guys one bit, because they're making life hell for the good teachers. And you got to teach critical race theory. No, I'm a math teacher. I don't have to teach critical race theory. But there's I've always felt for teachers, because they've got to teach to the lowest common denominator. If you got the one lazy kid in class who refuses to do his homework, you can't teach the other 29 kids up to the speed they're at, because you've got to drag this lazy kid along with you, because God knows we can't fail anybody. We've got to have high school graduates who can't say the alphabet. Voodoo Queen, we're voting out 2 school members. Blah, blah, blah. We are voting out 2 school board members tomorrow over CRT. Good. Can you vote them out of the country? That would be a good idea. Did I actually get to the bottom? Yes, I did. All right, guys. Well, I made it to the bottom of this one. We actually made it to 9:30. So I guess we will call it a night. But thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. Thank you for all the support that you gave me. Thank you to all the channels who helped us get to have tonight. I, as usual, thoroughly enjoyed this and do appreciate it. So, and as of right now, I don't have anything for the morning because everything's already been busy. So I may be up a little late. I may be either up a little late tonight, or the video may be up a little bit late in the morning. So, all right. Y'all have a good evening. Love y'all. Pinball out.